Hey guys, it's Michael from Chess Lifestyle, and I'm finally facing my fears of doing some outdoor vlogging, even though lots of people are around, but whatever. Anyway, I thought today I'd talk to you a bit about Shogi. And basically Shogi is Japanese chess, and it's a really cool game that follows many of the same principles in chess, where you want to activate your pieces, you're still going for checkmate. And because of that, a chess player who tries to learn Shogi can actually pick it up really quickly, because it's basically like playing chess but just with different pieces. I really had no idea of how to make the moves. The only kind of knowledge of Shogi I had was one movie I watched about Shogi. I actually can't remember the name. It was on an aeroplane. That was kind of cool. And also there's an anime called Fugatsu no Lion, when March comes in like the lion, something like this. It was a really good show, and it was a lot more than just Shogi, so you could definitely enjoy it without knowing the rules. But yeah, from like my general knowledge as a chess player, I knew that Shogi was okay, it's essentially Japanese chess, and the closest way a chess player can understand what Shogi is, it's crazyhouse, except that you get these like special promotions where all the pieces can like become crazy attacking monsters when they cross a certain path on the Shogi board. So yeah, it's always been an interest to me, and I never really had a reason to really get into it, but then I saw on Twitter that Lichess had released a live Shogi. Oh, I'm not sure if Lichess released it or someone used the same I don't know, code to make the live Shogi website. But essentially, yeah, liveshogi.org is a website and you can play Shogi on there. So I thought in today's video we'd take a break from chess and delve into the world of Shogi, and we'd start off just by learning how to move the pieces and the basics of Shogi, so you can all start playing on the website if you're interested. So here we have the introduction. Let's learn some basics. Oh, it has some noises as well. Brilliant. So yeah, as you can see, you have these pieces, and it's written in kanji, like the Japanese writing. And here you have all your pawns, and we'll find out how they move in a second, so I won't go into that. But on one side you have a bishop, on the other side you have a rook, and when I say bishop and rook, like they literally move like a bishop and rook, like in chess. The pawns move slightly, act slightly differently. In the middle here we have the king, and the king moves the same as in chess, and the king also gets checkmated. So like conceptually, when you're trying to win the game or defend for your life, that helps a lot, that we know how checkmate works. Next to the king you have the gold generals. Then you have next to the gold generals the silver generals. Then you have the knights, and knights move the same way as a chess knight, except that the knights can only go like this, and they only go forward. So the knights are very limited in Shogi. And finally you have the lance, which is essentially like a rook, but it doesn't go horizontally, it just like yeets up the board like vertically. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, we're gonna learn about some promotion. So basically, yeah, if the pawn or any piece crosses into this zone, they basically get superpowers and get new attacking abilities. So you want to avoid your opponent doing that, and obviously you want to try to do it for yourself. Yeah, the player who goes first is Sente, second is Gote. I hope I pronounced those right, probably not. But yeah, unlike chess, it's the other way around. So Sente is with the black, who goes first, and Gote is with white and goes second. I believe it's the same with Go, where black also goes first. So yeah, that's basically it for the introduction. I think we got that sorted. So, okay, onto the pieces. So, the king moves just like a chess piece, so you can see the squares around it. So we're just gonna go catch these, grab these stars. Okay, this is making a lot of noise. Okay, cool. Nailed it. Okay, next, the gold general. Let's go. So, gold general, it's like the king, except that it can't move diagonally back. And it's kind of weird, but, and I always get messed up in the games, like, I always forget how it can move, but yeah, I would definitely recommend just going through this yourself. I went through this one already, and yeah, helped me a lot to just get a better feel of the pieces. I'm just going to turn this sound down so it doesn't drive you insane. Yeah, so that's how the gold general moves. Next up, we have the silver general. And the silver general is basically like the opposite of the gold general, so it can move like in any direction forward, but then rather than side and back, it now goes only diagonally back. So it's like the counterpart of the gold general, and I feel like it's slightly weaker than the gold general. That's my general take from like the 5 games of Shogi that I've played in my life. So the interesting thing I really found with oh shit, can't go back, diagonally up. Yeah, it's like, I found like it's playing a game of chess where, oh, so here I'm promoting, and it promotes to a gold general, so now I can move like a gold general. So yeah, gold general must be a bit better than silver general. But yeah, what I found is that it's like playing a game of chess with new pieces that move differently. And the great thing is, if you're a chess player, you already have the calculation skills to find combinations. So if you can survive the opening, and multiple times I've been completely crushed from the get-go, like essentially getting like the equivalent of getting 4-move checkmated. If you can survive, you can actually get to a position where it kind of feels familiar, oddly enough, even though the pieces are like so different, and you know, there aren't like black and white squares, but you still kind of, like, your chess intuition can play a good part. So here the knight promotes, it also promotes to a gold general, so that's cool. Yeah, so the knights are actually, apparently the knights and lance, oh, we'll get onto the lance next. So the lance are the vertical boys, and what I've been told is that the lance and knight are the strongest when they're actually in your hand. I didn't actually explain this, but the crazy house aspect of Shogi is where, if you haven't played crazy house or bug house before on chess, basically when you capture a piece, you basically keep that piece and you can drop it on the board. So the game just becomes a lot more aggressive and it escalates real fast. So yeah, I believe Lance also becomes gold general when it promotes, so that's cool. Okay. Yeah, and interestingly, like in Shogi, you don't have a piece like the queen. You have a bishop and you have a rook, and the bishop and rook are already like the strongest pieces on the board. And I guess that's kind of interesting. I guess you don't really need an OP queen because the games are already going to become extremely wild when the pieces start promoting. Like, yeah, so when the bishop and rook, the rook we'll do next. But when the bishop and rook promote, the bishop promotes to a horse, and the horse is like the bishop, but it also like controls all the squares around it. So it's like a gold general that also controls diagonally back, as well as long diagonals as well. So it's just like mad strong. So yeah, if you can get a bishop to promote or a rook to promote, it's just like hella strong. Okay, so that's the knight, and finally we move on to the rook, and the rook just moves like a rook in chess, just horizontally, vertically, so that's great. And yeah, when it promotes, that's the other thing I learned very quickly, is if you put a piece into the promotion zone, like you drop it in, it doesn't promote immediately. You have to like let the piece make one move first and then it will promote. So as you can see in this position, I'm gonna make a move, and now it will give me the option to promote. So if I promote, it's now a dragon. If you know some Chinese, I don't know why you would, but if you do, I know a little bit. So yeah, this is the same character for dragon in Chinese, and the previous piece for the horse was also Chinese. Probably the other ones might be Chinese as well, but my Chinese is pretty bad, so I only recognize some of the words. But yeah, okay, so whatever, no one cares. Okay, so the dragon is kind of like the horse in the sense that it controls the squares around it, and then it does the same job as the piece it was promoted from. So it's now like a rook, but has its extra gold general square, or extra king square around it. Poorly explained, but I hope you get the gist. Okay, so that's the dragon and the rook, and the previous one was the bishop and knight. Sorry, bishop and horse, and now we have the final pawn. So the pawn moves forward, and it also captures forward as well. So there's never any like diagonal protection or captures. So that's just how it is. So yeah, like you might think, okay, we can capture like a pawn in chess, but no, it just moves forward, and it also becomes its own little gold general, which can go capture things, which is great. Okay, and that is all the pieces. I've had a lot of fun in the last few days playing Shogi, and you know, with calculation skills of a strong player, but absolutely zero idea of openings and principles. So my games are completely messy, and they've been a lot of fun. But the real shocking thing I found was that in the Shogi community, the opponents you play online are actually just so nice. Like, I don't know, if you ever play like any online chess, you know, you play your match, maybe they'll call you some names and then that's about it. But with Shogi, it's like after the game, you just analyze together, and you discuss the positions, and the opponent is really like interested in helping you learn and improve. So that was a real shock. And yeah, to be honest, like because of that, it's really encouraged me to play more online, because with every game, I actually feel like I'm gaining a lot and learning a lot compared to chess online, where you know, I feel like I'm just losing brain cells when I play. So yeah, it's been a really nice change. If you like this video and would be interested to see how I did in my first games of Shogi on liveshogi.org, let me know in the comments, and I will make a part 2 of this video. If you think Shogi sucks and I should get back to chess, then you can also let me know in the comments. And yeah, that's all for me today. So see you guys next time. Bye bye.